What's up, everybody? It's your boy Christian Brees, and we're on the sixth episode of Perspective with Chris and Company. I want to start off by thanking everybody for their support, for their views, for their shares, their likes. It means a lot. And we're going to keep going. Year 2020, remember what I told you. Now, talking about 2020 is we had the Grammys going on. Now, what are the Grammys? So the Grammys is when people in the music industry are rewarded for the jobs they've done, whether it's producing a song, making a song, rapping on it, singing. They're rewarded, okay? Now, why is music so important? Let me ask you, what do you listen to when you're sad? What do? You put some sad songs on, okay? You'll put some Daniel Caesar and cry in your bed. Don't lie to me, okay? What do you do when you're feeling just, like a dog, Let's put some the baby on. Let's bop or something, You get my point. Okay? Now, right now, I don't have a Grammy winner, but I have someone that will be rewarded in the future. His name is Andres. He goes by DaReal. Andres, what's up, man? How you doing, man?
Yo, appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure, man. How you doing? How you been, man?
I've been doing great, man. Life is crazy.
For sure.
After you break that bubble of high school, life is some other shit.
For sure, and that's what people need to start talking about, man. They need to start saying, hey, two different worlds.
Yep.
So let's get right into it, okay? When did you start producing songs?
I started making beats like around probably 15 years old, but didn't start taking it seriously until like 2017.
2017?
Yeah, that's when I started really linking up with like local talent and getting shit recorded.
For sure. And what's your main type of beat?
I'm very versatile, so I don't know. I think I would say trap shit, like that trap music. That's
for sure.
That's what I'm really about. But I can do anything.
What if I want to go in there and I feel like making a song with Anuel?
Oh, I can definitely do that too.
You can do reggaeton?
Yeah.
You do all that?
I have a couple, bro. I have a couple out with YZ Flaco, all platforms. There's I think one I produced. It was like dance hall stuff, like reggaeton. But also I've done like Latin trap, I guess you can call it.
Oh, for sure. That's badass, man. You that's good because you're not keeping yourself in the same lane. You're giving yourself a wide spectrum of type of beats.
I'm all about versatility.
Now, what inspired you or what made you say, you know what, this is what I want to do?
Since I was young, dude, since I can remember, actually, like my mom, she actually she was a singer when she was young, like about my age. Like she really wanted to pursue singing, but she never really, like, I guess her parents didn't really support her through it. So since I can remember, like I can hear her singing, always singing. She always like had the radio on singing. So like music to me, like it's the best. Like anytime I feel like shit or anything, I could just put on any song and just feel amazing.
And not just you, man. That's what everybody.
Of course.
Like you said, you were young, and from the time we're out of our moms we listen to music. It's everywhere, and that's the most important thing about it. Now, where do you make your music? Do you have a mansion with a studio, or what is that?
I work at one of my artists' house. He has like a room outside, and we built a whole studio from scratch.
That's the grind, man.
Yeah, and that's where I've been working.
That's the grind, and that goes to show you don't need some fancy place, some big studio, some big business to do what you love.
Yep.
You're doing it in the backyard of a house.
Yep.
So let me ask you this question real quick, because I ask myself this a lot, and I bet some of the viewers ask themselves this too. What's the most important thing when producing a song? Because we hear it and we're bumping to it, but we don't know what goes into it. So tell me what goes into it.
Okay, so when it comes to producing a song with a producer that makes beats and like the rapper, both of you have to be in the same page.
Okay.
That's the most important thing. So like I can be starting to cook up and like making a beat for the rapper, but if he's not feeling it, then the song is gonna feel forced, and it's not gonna have the vibe. So it's always important for both of you to be in it together and like have that same vibe, so the song comes out with the actual feeling, you know.
Because the way that people vibe with music, the rapper and the producer are vibing before.
Mm-hmm.
So if that vibe's not on the same check, it's not gonna be.
It's not gonna be good. You're not gonna feel it. It's gonna sound forced. It's gonna sound like this guy didn't. Even the rapper wasn't feeling it. So why would you feel it?
Yeah. And what has been the most difficult thing about going on with this career, you'd say?
The most difficult is it?
Yes.
It's just patience. You need patience, a lot of patience, because here where we're from, we're not known. You can go to LA and tell someone where you're from, and they'll be like, "Where? Like what? What is that?" You get me?
Right.
So I guess that's the most difficulty, because it's hard. You know, it's hard to like get known out here and get people to like have a manager over here. You know, there's rappers that have done it, but you know they fake it.
Right.
They pretend like they get all these plays and then get attention from management, labels, and all that stuff, and get out of here. But props to that, you know. If you do that, props to you. You got out of here, you know.
For sure. And
awesome.
And with that being said, this is something that I really enjoy about Laredo. Okay. And I don't know if it's just recently where it's been going on, but people are supporting each other, man.
Of course.
Yeah, and the industry of music here in Laredo, the young guys coming in straight out of high school or in high school still coming out and saying, you know what, I want to do rap. Yeah. And the fan base here in Laredo is just for it, you know.
Yeah. That's the one thing that inspired me, you know, because, well, I got inspired just off like my love for music, because I wanted to help people out too that were feeling the same way with me, like help out by giving them my vibrations through music, helping them get through stuff, you know, making them feel things that I felt with the music I listened to. So, but then in high school, you get all these people want to freestyle and they all want to rap. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I supply them? You get me?
For sure.
Everyone wants to rap, so I'll be their producer and supply them.
You put a tight beat in high school and everybody's going on it. Yeah. You know, you got the teachers hopping on the beat too.
That's funny, man, because I did have this in English class. We were the topic was The Great Gatsby, right? Mm. And so I was working with a rapper around that time, and we made a song called Gatsby. And like I showed it to her, and it was the hook was "About to steal your bitch like Gatsby," right? Because you know he steals his girl, right? And I told her, I was like, "Yeah, play it on soccer right now." She played it in the whole class. Everyone was turning up. I said, "That's lit," you know. She to this day, I'm pretty sure she still plays it. She downloaded it and everything. We took it down, but she has it still. So.
Isn't it crazy how like one word, one phrase, one thing that you see can trigger a whole vision of what you want for a song?
And that beat, it has samples from the movie. Like the movie, it has a quote in the beginning from, I think it was a 1970s movie. It was a 70s movie. There's a lot of versions of it. Mm-hmm. And I sampled some songs from the soundtrack, and I added in the beat and everything. It's crazy, bro.
That's badass, man.
Yeah.
When you are producing music, what goes first? The rapper, the one who's gonna hop on the beat, or your production?
I would say if we want to be on the same page, I start first. Okay. I start painting the picture, the canvas. Right. And then they go at it, you know, they add their flavor. But yeah, it always starts with me making the beat. If sometimes they come in and they already have beats, so for that, at that point, it's very easy for me because it's like muscle memory, mixing and mastering and all that. So. Right. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, it always has to start with you hear, like the artist hears your vibe that you're making, and from there they start feeling it, and like, you know, they start adding their melodies to it or stuff like that.
Have you watched the Netflix show Rhythm and Flow?
Yeah, I did see a little bit of it, but
so
I didn't get too into it. I thought it was a little fake, you know.
Well, I mean, I really liked it.
It was good.
It was good, and I follow some of the ones that were on there too. Yeah. I follow them on there. There's some killers in there.
I saw the Old Man Saxon. I saw his interview with No Jumper, and he was talking about how like they were pretty strict with the rappers that they chose. Like they wanted everyone to be like Like they didn't want like Lil Uzi Verts in there. They didn't want like Drake's in there. They wanted like guys who spit bars, you know.
Real stuff.
Yeah, real bars.
And his name is Flawless Real Talk. He's a guy on there, and I follow him, and that guy can flow.
Yeah,
and he's all about just straight life.
Yeah,
you know, that's all he's about. And to me, me personally, that's my preference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like songs that have hooks to it that just catch your head. But when I hear some real life stuff, that's like, okay, man, this guy's straight. Yeah,
yeah, that's definitely my favorite as well. I like hearing stuff that you can relate to, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these rappers out here, they're just talking about stuff that, like, I guess trappers can relate to, you know, which is perfectly fine, you know. But
hey, I mean, that's what's in right now,
that's what's in right now, you know.
Even the ones that even the ones that have made it, all they're trying to do is find that hook.
Yeah,
they're just trying to find that hook so that people can bump with it.
Yeah,
you know. Now, when you make a song and you have the beat already, and a rapper comes in and he's like, "Yo, what do you think about tweaking it a little bit?" What's your response to that?
I definitely listen and I try it, but if it's something that's like, because you know you gotta listen to the producer too.
Right.
You can't just be like what you want, because the producer knows too. Mm-hmm. You know, I listen to hella music too, and like I know what can sound good and what's not, and what you should be doing. So definitely the artist knows too, right? They have creativity too, but I listen to them and I try to implicate it. If it sounds good, we keep it. Mm-hmm. I'm open to everything. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm very versatile, but yeah, that's really goes down.
Is producing a song, is there a lot that goes into it? Like, I'm talking about all that engineering stuff. Mm-hmm. What goes on into that? Because I don't have knowledge in that.
For artists, when they put in their vocals, it's not just their bars, you know, they add background vocals, they add like doubles, they double their voice. I don't always use autotune, but there's rappers that love that autotune, you know.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. The autotune is amazing, man. It works magic, man.
It's T-Pain, man. That's T-Pain. Yeah. You got T-Pain right there.
And yeah, that's there's a lot of things, ad-libs, you know, you've heard ad-libs. Mm-hmm. Migos, go crazy.
Mama.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I guess like after we're done recording everything, like I start adding drops to the beats, or like you know, like
pauses and stuff like that,
and like, you know, like making it turn. But yeah, that's basically it. There's not, when it comes to making a beat, it usually takes me about less than 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. But it could also take me an hour.
Right.
Cooking up.
It just depends on what you're feeling at that time.
What's going on and how strong is the vibe on the song. If it's like very emotional, it usually takes longer.
Mm-hmm. Why is that though?
Because it takes more feeling, you know, it takes more like this, and like you want it to be perfect because it's emotional. It's a very like, when it's like I guess you would say like a sad feeling, or like emotions like that, it's usually you put more time into it.
Right.
When it's like a happy song, it doesn't need that much time. It could be a basic ass beat and you just go in on it, you know.
Up to it for sure.
Yeah.
But when it's like a slow, I guess it's a slower song, you need people to relate to it, kind of, and
you want all these extra things to like get the mood in, you know. You don't just want like a quick shit.
Yeah.
Obviously you can do it. The rapper can go off and like change the whole vibe to a beat. It could be a basic beat and completely like turn into some emotional shit with the rapper, because the rapper is very important when it comes to the beat. The beat, I usually look at it like a blank canvas.
Okay.
You make that blank canvas and the artist goes in and
starts drawing on that.
Yeah, fucking goes crazy, you know.
So, is this what you're gonna do for the future?
Of
for the rest that comes?
This is all I care about.
Okay.
I could care less about going to college and doing what everyone else does. I don't see myself working for someone else.
Right.
All I care about is art. Art is the extreme like freedom. It's the only real freedom of expression.
Right. And that's cool that you say that, man, because if you're doing something that you're not passionate about, that you don't love, it's tough.
It's tough. You're not gonna like it. You're gonna be in the future depressed because you're doing something that, and there's people who do that. They're doing this job because for money.
For sure.
They wanna be stable in money, but
that's
money
what
doesn't mean shit when you die.
If you hit that facts bar. Like Gary V. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all need to hop on Gary V because he says you're gonna be miserable making, let's say, $100,000 a year,
Yeah.
right? You got that money, but someone that is doing, let's say, music for $30,000 a year,
Yeah.
but is loving what they do, you can't compare, man.
Well, music is not 30,000 a year, but
No, but this is
Yeah.
hypothetically speaking. If that was the case, that's the difference. Happiness and
sure.
and being miserable.
for sure.
What artist right now are you into right now?
That's such a hard question to ask someone who's
Because you got
Into
all
music,
types,
yeah,
all types of
bro.
genres that you can
You know what?
hop into.
I can name one off the top. It's Achal. It's like A.CHL, and he's like a Peruvian rapper, and he's from New York,
Mm.
and he mixes Spanish with English, and man, he goes crazy.
It's crazy because off camera we were talking about rappers, and you're mentioning a lot of underground rappers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is that kind of what you listen to, or?
Yeah, because when rappers start getting mainstream, that's when like you don't really feel it anymore. How it was, because when they're blowing up and they really want it, you feel that.
For sure.
When they're up there, some still keep that feeling and you can hear it, but most of them, they're up there and they're just fucking, their labels forcing them to make music,
Right.
forcing them to be in the studio, and you're not really feeling it as much.
For sure.
And you hear on the radio every fucking day and you're just like, nah.
Yeah, the radio. Let's not get into the radio,
Yeah.
man, because that's gonna be over in a couple of years.
Yeah,
Everything we need is where?
on your phone.
On our phones, bro. That's our radio. That's our news. That's our TV. That's our mail. That's everything. That's our transportation. Everything on our. You guys watch Black Mirror on Netflix? Have you ever seen Black Mirror?
I've seen it before.
Okay, so what's a Black Mirror? When your phone's off, right?
What's this?
It's a Black Mirror. Okay, so it's some trippy stuff, man, about technology, about the future, and that's what it is. That's what it's gone down to, man.
You could think I don't know if you saw the Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, but he talks about this like a accessory for the brain. You know,
Mhm.
that's what it is.
For sure.
If we didn't have this, our brain wouldn't be as big as it is now. Like without this, our brain is like way less than like.
Because
Yeah.
people wanna pay to learn things and to go tutoring and to go this and that. But guess what? You have something for free.
Yeah.
Google, bro.
Google.
Google, bro. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. So, all right, let's get a little bit more into music, okay? When you produce a song, okay, and you have a rapper that's already hopping onto it,
Mm-hmm.
what's the first thing you do? And I'm talking about whether it's marketing, whether it's sharing it, whether it's you keep it in for a while. What's the first thing that you do as a producer, as an engineer, as a marketer? What's the first thing that you do?
Before they're about to step in the booth.
No.
Before?
This is after you make the song and you're like, you know
Okay,
what?
the
This
song's
is a
done.
hit.
The
This is
song's
a
done.
hit.
Okay, and I feel it.
Right.
Because before the song, after the song is done, I make sure
Mm-hmm.
that they felt it too.
Mm-hmm.
And
And is it something that's just between you and the rapper that's going on, or the artist that's going on?
well, usually, I mean, they're paying me to like put their vision out there,
Right.
in the music.
Mm-hmm.
So it's their decision what they want to do with it at the end of the day.
Do you input your
But
opinion?
obviously, yes. Obviously, I always tell them, hey, this could be here, this could be there.
And that's where perspective comes to play.
Yeah.
Perspective. That's where it comes to play.
Mm-hmm. It's
Because-
my job as a producer. You're not a producer just because you make beats. You're a producer because you're involved with everything that's going on with the song.
Okay.
Producer produces songs.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just that's a beat maker. A
Mm.
beat maker just makes beats.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people get it confused. They start calling themselves producers just because they make beats. But
Mhm.
that's not what
And you do the whole thing.
I do. The whole thing. I bring an artist. I tell them, hey, you know what? This guy could be a good feature for this song. You should bring him in.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. I like to bring out also like when new artists come in, they don't just get on the mic and they're naturals.
Mhm.
I've definitely seen that before, but like there's a lot where they start choking and they can't even record.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
They
And
say they feel it and then they get on the booth and they're like, oh, sorry, can you do it again? Can you do it again?
yeah, let's run that back.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me. Have you ever hopped on a beat? Your own beat?
That's funny you said that because I think like when I was first starting, like we were like stuck in this song, right? Like we were like with like 3 rappers and like they couldn't get the hook in. Like, you know what? Let me try it. I was like, I'll do it for you.
You hopped in the boot.
And I hopped in, man. I couldn't do it.
No.
I heard myself and I was like, no, delete. And yeah, real quick, bro. Like, I can't.
So that's, you know everything about music. You do everything about music. But when it comes to
Rapping,
getting on a beat,
I can flow. They've seen me before. Like, I know how to make flows. Like, they can pass me their lyrics and I can flow and I can do it good. But I can't come up with the material.
And where's some of your work, bro? Where do you have your work? Where do you
Everywhere.
have your music at?
It's on
Like,
all
what's
platforms.
what's the one thing that you've done and you're like, you know what, you need to listen to this right now?
Well, recently, me and Slasher have a music video with OJ the Juice. You know who OJ is? The Juice Boy. He has his vlog channel.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Okay, well, they hopped on a beat of mine, and it's a great song. It's called Mood Changes, and it's on YouTube. We did a whole music video with TJO, and it's great, man. I would really suggest for you to listen to it. It's a very just based on the name, it's a very like emotional song. You know, the beat is dope. You know.
Yeah. What's your preference going into? I know you said that you have a wide range. You could do anything, but what's your preference?
I would say trap music.
Trap.
I love like just that like raw feeling of music. You know, like going crazy.
Who do you think the biggest artist is right now, man?
The biggest
Like in right now?
in the industry right now.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
It's because everybody has their own.
Yeah, they're all doing it out there.
Let's settle this, man, because I always have this debate. Are you a Lamar? Are you a J. Cole or Kendrick?
Okay, from those two, Kendrick for sure. I felt Kendrick more as he was starting. His last album was amazing. It was great, but
where has he been?
Cereal, man. Cartoons and Cereal. You haven't heard that song. You haven't heard
Cards to Cereal?
Cartoons and Cereal by Kendrick.
No, but it's because I'm not a Kendrick fan. That's why I don't listen to his stuff.
I've never been into J. Cole. I don't like that. Like, he's an amazing artist. All respect, but I just don't feel his shit like that. You know what I mean? Kendrick is more raw to me. Like, he's more trap, but like in a boom bap way.
Did you see the video of Drake, man? And they were booing him off the stage.
Yeah, I did see that.
What do you think about Drake? Because me personally, my dream is to watch him in concert. I've yet to see him.
Yeah.
But I love that. He
think
does
they're
everything,
assholes.
bro.
I think they're assholes for doing that. I think you should appreciate when someone like of that caliber comes and performs for you.
For sure.
You should just appreciate it. Take it in, man. Don't boo.
Like,
Don't boo, man.
that guy has everything.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's because Frank Ocean was supposed to perform, and he took his place, and people love Frank Ocean.
And it was that type of crowd.
Yeah, and so they're like, boo, but like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
Frank Ocean hasn't been putting up for like the last.
I get that,
That's
but the way they reacted is insane.
It's insane.
You know, it's like if you go to see the color yellow and then blue pulls up, and you're like, what? Like, I want the yellow, you know?
And I used that example before with like the rappers I work with, because like even Drake can get booed off stage, bro.
For
like,
sure.
Someone like of that caliber can get booed off stage. Like, don't feel bad when you get booed off stage, because even Drake can.
And what did he do?
He took it like a champ. He was like,
you know,
it's fine. Like, he knows what he is. You get
for
me?
sure.
He's
And
been in it so long. He knows what he is.
that's something that I guess artists can kind of take in and use an example of.
Yeah.
Because especially here, like you said earlier, Laredo, man, you go up there and you try to introduce yourself to other people. Like, what? You're from where?
Yeah. Exactly.
Laredo? What is that? Who are you? But then you show the proof and you show them, you know what, I've been working, listen to my music, listen to the way I flow, listen to my bars. And that's where you get to win someone over on the proof, you know? What do you think about when an artist is with you and you kind of have that, bro, you know,
I
te
tell him.
falta, you know?
I tell him.
You tell him.
Yeah, I'm super honest.
You're very blunt.
Yeah, I tell them, hey, you know what? Like, unless they're there to have fun and to just like have fun, and you know they're my friends, you know, I let them have fun.
For sure.
But if they're telling me they're really serious about it, and then I hear it, and I'm just like, you know what, dude? Like, te falta. Like, you need to come back more often, and if you're really about this, like, come back more often and really put your all into it, because
That's,
you know,
I mean,
right now you're not sounding that great.
For sure, and that's constructive criticism, man.
Yeah.
And everybody needs to be able to take some of it.
A lot of producers and engineers here don't do that. They get the money and later. I don't
And that's
care if your
respect to
song's
that, man.
trash.
Yeah.
I love bringing out things from artists that like haven't been brought out.
And is that kind of because DaReal. You want DaReal to be the real best. You know.
Yeah. Well, that name is a long story.
Where'd you get that name? Because when I first saw it, I was like, don't tell me this is DJ DaReal. You know,
Nah.
it's different, right? But
Yeah.
where'd you come up with DaReal?
So originally, it was DaReal.
Mm.
It was short for derealization. I don't even know what that is, but it's not something pretty.
Okay.
But at the time when I made it, I was like, you know what, like it's a cool name, whatever. But then like recently, after high school, you know, I started going through a lot of. I started feeling more things, you know. You get out of that bubble we call high school, and you like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You start questioning everything. So I was starting to feel that derealization. It's when you feel like you're not in control of your life. You're just watching it like through the TV. And so for my own mental health, I decided to change it, and I'm DaReal now. You know?
DaReal.
I'm here. You know, it was just mental health purposes. A lot of people ask me like, why? Like, why'd you do that? It's just a letter, but to me, it means a lot.
Right. And that's important that you share that message, man, because one thing can change your whole view on something. And sharing that also while you're making your music just makes you more passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah, like with that name, I feel like I was self-diagnosing myself more than anything. So I was just like, you know what, like fuck that, you know, I'm gonna change it. DaReal.
Sure. What do you have coming on 2020, man? What do you have that you say, you know what, this is gonna be big, this is the future, these are the goals? What are your aspirations for 2020? Short term.
I've been calling it since like 2 years ago. My Chiefs are finally going to Super Bowl in 2020.
Don't tell me. Are you real or are you
swear.
DaReal or you're the bandwagon?
A lot of people are gonna be your bandwagon because Chiefs what? Like no, dude. Like if you went to high school with me, you saw me wearing Chiefs shit since freshman year.
Okay, so you think they're gonna win?
Yeah, for sure. I have to. They're my team.
All right.
It's gonna be hard because you know best defense, best offense.
Yeah.
But I called it. If they went to the Super Bowl, like this year's my year too.
So, but okay, you say that. Now tell me what you mean about that.
So I have a tape. It's probably not gonna drop till like the end of the year, but I'm working with the local artist from here, and I'm producing the whole thing.
What artist?
So far, I have Slasher. I have AJ Reincarnated. I have YB, YZ Flacco. I used to have LTAO, but I don't know. We kind of got into something. I don't know if I want to have him in there, but
and these are all artists here from Laredo, man.
Yeah, local artists.
These are all people that you better be supporting when the music is out.
No, yeah, we all support each other. We all share our stuff, you know.
So you got a little Dreamville going on.
Yeah, something like that.
You got a little Borderville going on.
Yeah, it's gonna be called DaReal and Friends, and it's just a bunch of my homies that I know. I have other rappers, St. J. Man, I can
go on and on, but
but also like it's on the works.
For sure. And that's your biggest project right now, working on that.
Yeah, it's gonna be my biggest for now. Yeah, but I mean, not only my stuff, but I'm producing for I'm talking to this guy from LA. He goes by Kamizi. And we've been talking back and forth. He's supposed to record some shit. So.
And how did you do that? Because not just for people producing stuff, but artists too that are trying to market their way out of here. What process did you take or what?
Dude, DM. DM is the easiest thing. How I usually target them. I go to my Explore page because I have a bunch of rap stuff, and I just find them like I think with him, like, you know how sometimes you promote the post and it comes out? I think I saw that and I heard the song and I was like, oh, that sounds lit, right? So I hit him up and he had like 30K followers. I was like, you know what, this guy might respond, because usually that's how they respond. Like below that, they respond. It takes a while, but they respond. And I just hit him up because I'm working with him and I was like, you know what, this guy could feature, right? He'll be a cool feature for this artist I'm working with. And then he ended up responding. He was like, you know what, like, I'm not doing features right now. I'm working on a solo tape or whatever. And I was like, oh, you need beats? I got you. And he was just like, yeah, for sure. And I sent him some stuff and he responded back. Because usually you send them stuff and then if they like it, they'll come back to you. If they don't, they'll just leave you on scene.
Leave you on scene. It's the worst feeling right there, man. And that's with anything. Got left on scene by my girl and it's the worst thing.
Yeah. So we just got back and forth, and I was like, hey, yo, pass me your number. I could send you beats there too. And I got his number, and we're talking and stuff.
And that's social media.
Yeah.
On my past episodes, we talked about social media, and we talked about, like we just did, about our phone. You want to be a producer, you get 2,000 rappers, and you DM them. The DM, bro. You slide in, and you tell them, hey, I got some stuff that you should check out. One of them is going to reply to you.
More than one of them, for sure. Because rappers need beats, man. They need them. And when it's coming from an original producer, it's even better, because most of them, they get tired of the YouTube beats, man. They usually start sounding the same. You don't want to hear those tags anymore. You want
free type beat, instrumental.
And you hear other rappers using the same beat, and you're like, fuck, like, it's not original.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want originality, so that's the perk I give them working with me. Like, if any of y'all want to work, hit me up. I do good prices, and we start from scratch. You get me? Like, you get to be in the process of making a whole song.
What's the difference between the perspective of the rappers and your perspective?
I think it's pretty similar.
You think it's the same kind of?
I would say we both want this. We both want the same thing. I'd say for the rapper, they're more focused on like the vibe they're bringing to the table and to like their fans, you know. But for me, I'm more. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, I'm focused on that too, but also like my main focus also for them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel comfortable making the song, and like I like bringing out energy from them, because some of them don't have that energy.
Right.
Some of them can spit their bars, but they sound monotone. You're like,
yeah.
So like I like to bring out like, hey, loosen up, you know, do this, do it again. Sometimes they don't want to do it again. They like it like that. I'm just like, nah, bro, sounds like shit. Do it again.
If someone were to hear DaReal produced song, what's one word that would describe it?
Oh man.
One word. I'll give you 3 words that'll describe a produced song by DaReal.
First word, versatility.
All
for
right.
Sure. I'm always very versatile. You won't hear my sound anywhere else.
Okay.
My sound is very unique. I bring in a lot of what's in my head. I put it out. I'm not like, oh, I want to, because sometimes they come in, hey, I want to like a Playboy Cardi type beat. And I'm just like, no, you're not getting a Playboy Cardi. You're getting a DaReal type beat. You're getting my type beat. I tell them that all the time, because why would you want to sound like another rapper, bro?
Right.
Like, you don't want to be original, make your own sound.
So we got that.
It's very hard, man, because it's all kinds of emotions. It all depends on that song. You get me? You're gonna hear it
for sure.
That vibe of that song, but
that's what it is.
Yeah, because I can go down, I can go up.
For
I can do all time. I can do reggaeton. I love reggaeton now. Like since I started working with YZ, he got me into it, man. I used to not be really into it, but I was like, you know what? Why don't I do it? It's not that hard. It's you know what I mean? It's easy.
I mean, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but kind of reggaeton is kind of the same beat over and over, just with different things.
It mostly depends on the rapper to give it the good vibe. The beat is not that important. Obviously, you can make a dope beat that gets people moving, right? But it's the rapper that's putting the vibe out there, that making people move, you know.
What's because you're fresh out of high school, okay? You're not beginning, but you're right now on the way to creating something special. What message do you have for someone that's on the same route, on their way to creating something special?
Patience. Be extremely patient with yourself. Don't worry about what people think about you.
Facts.
Because that's what makes you the big artist. Like Lil Peep doesn't sound like anyone else. I know you probably don't know who he is, but rest in peace. But he was that big, or XX, I could say X2 or IPX. He was him because he did his own thing. He wasn't like trying to sound like anyone else.
Right.
The rappers you hear right now, like the Lil Keeds and the Lil Goddard, they all sound like another rapper.
They're all Lil.
They all sound like either Gunna or Thug. You get me? Those guys are not gonna last long.
Right.
Shouts out to them, right? They're up there, but if they last long, props. Because once you hear someone like mock-ups of someone else, you get me? Like you get bored of them. You want to hear the real deal. You don't want to hear like copycats.
For sure.
So I always that would be more advice to rappers, but also producers. Like, don't try to sound like Zaytoven. Don't try to sound like Metro. Get things from each of those. Make it your own.
For sure.
And when also I know a lot of you watch tutorials out there to make beats, and that's fine. I saw a lot.
Self-taught.
But the rest of it, make sure once you get those basic things to make beats, from there take off and just explore on your own. That's how you find your sound. Don't just copy whatever every other producer is doing. You get their tips, make it your own. That's definitely a great piece of advice I would give.
Appreciate that, man. Y'all heard it from DaReal. Okay, and he's all facts. You know what I mean? So if for someone that wants to come on and wants to work with DaReal, what do you tell them?
In my DM,
bro.
Let me hear some shit. I'm not gonna work with you if you just freestyle. If I know you, and I don't know if I can find talent. I can see talent from people freestyling, but one thing is putting it on the mic.
For sure.
But I can always help them get into it. But I have to know they're really about it. You get me? They're really about it, and they're really gonna come back again. Because I've worked with rappers, but they don't come back.
Yeah, because you
that one song and
you invest your time into this one person.
And I don't want to invest into someone who's not really about it.
Bro, spitting facts out here, man. Are you sure you don't get on the mic, man? Because you're talking bars right now.
I know, man. I've never been into. I mean, I love it, right? But I think I wouldn't want that fame, that kind of fame. If I were ever to blow up for some reason as a rapper, I don't think I would like to be walking around and not be in peace.
You like the behind the scenes.
Yeah, I like BTS, man.
All right, DaReal, I want to thank you for coming on the show, man, for expressing your thoughts and your views on the music industry. It's very important that people from, especially here, Laredo, Texas, have the opportunity to hear someone who's in the game express what they know. All right, and then you got any last?
Yeah, just follow @DaReal on the beat. Shout out Slasher, shout out AJ Reincarnated, shout out YZ, shout out J Preem, shout out the whole SSL gang. We finna perform February 22nd at the Boogaloo. So I would appreciate if everyone came out and saw us perform.
February 22nd. Make sure you write those down on your calendar.
It's I think at the door it's $10 for guys, $5 for girls. We're selling bracelets right now, so if you want bracelets for $5, hit me up.
DM.
Rappers, I'm the only one doing it like this. If you're in another studio and they're not giving you pointers on how to do your music, you're wasting your time. If you ever want to do music from scratch, hit me up.
There you have it, folks. You got DaReal, man. Thank you for coming on the show, man. And hey, don't sleep on him. 2020, man.
Don't sleep. 2020 is my year.
Have a good day, everybody.